Braincake is a delicious, sweet nourishment created by combining 2 or more brains.
Yo, what's up? This is Braincake, and we're getting dirty in the tub today.
God, yeah, we are. We're getting fucking dirty as hell, everybody.
Yeah.
We kind of had a freestyle session before we started recording, and I don't know what happened.
That ended up being the hook, was dirty in the tub, getting dirty in the tub, so...
Okay, so
I think it could work.
Here's what happened. I guess we you know what? I don't even know if it was William Taft that got stuck in a bathtub.
We wrote a whole diss about William Taft being stuck in the tub, but it wasn't even him who was stuck in the tub.
No, it was Taft.
Okay.
God.
Yeah.
You know, for some reason I always think it's Garfield, President Garfield, just because of his name, and I think of the cat.
Yeah, you think of a fat, lazy cat stuck in a tub.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For the longest time, I used to confuse that. I used to fuck with you all the time whenever, many years ago, about who invented electricity.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you know what? That's hilarious, because you admitting that you used to fuck with me, it definitely did, because to this day, when I try to think of who invented the light bulb, I always second guess it. And
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to instill that type of self-doubt about it.
Thomas Edison?
Invented the light bulb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Who was the person I always thought it... Who was the person you confused me with?
Benjamin Franklin.
Yep. It makes sense. That motherfucker, you imagine him holding, the electricity shit. So you're like, hey, maybe he did the light bulb,
No, he done the kite.
The kite.
With the key string.
Yeah, that's what I associate with it.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
At least he's not like getting his hands cut off or something.
Yeah. Yeah, on a
better risk getting electrocuted.
On a more horrifying note, I think you had some kind of disturbing video. You watched someone talk about a video that exists, but it's too brutal for you to watch.
Yeah, well, I have no interest in watching anything like a snuff film or a Faces of Death type of video. I mean, like, if this were 15 years ago, my Morbid Curiosity would be like, yes, give that to me. But I'm glad this one was well after the point that I tapped out of those types of things.
Yeah.
Because I quit looking at that shit, man, once I got out of high school, maybe 2 or 3 years after. So like maybe 2010.
Yeah.
2011. This video came out in 2016, and it's called Funky Town.
Well, I want to talk about that for a second, because it is funny how things change. Mm-hmm. Because I was in that same boat of like, we loved watching shocking content. And I mean, I know, like, it's
not even for love either. It's morbid curiosity.
Exactly. Yeah. And like, whether it's 2 girls, 1 cup, to me, there's levels.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's pretty fucking innocent.
Yeah.
That's just gross. There's nothing else to that. Shouts out to the dog that's hanging out around the building here, folks.
Yeah.
The Kiwi Kingdom is guarded by numerous amounts of doggos.
Of all shapes and sizes.
Yeah, and one of them is fairly treated better than the rest of them, and it's unfair and it's unjust.
Yep, it's a Chihuahua, so it makes sense. They're little pieces of shit. Man.
Yeah, I agree, man. They're like the snooty rich prince.
Spoiled little palace rats is what they are.
Yeah, I always imagine them like my mom had a Chihuahua many years ago, and I always, in my head, I'm like, if you had a human voice, you would be like the guy goes, "Oh, that's what you're up to, huh?"
Yeah.
What peasants?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're welcome in my presence.
But even as shitty as the little rats are, I still wouldn't, for example, want to watch one get hit in the head with a pipe like I did on Facebook, Like,
why
that's
is that
something
even...
you can run up on, is a dog getting hit in the head with a pipe, so... Examples of shock content.
Well, I guess I can't be surprised by that. I've seen quite a bit of animal cruelty on Facebook in the past.
Well, what it is, people justify posting that shocking video with like, "Oh, we're out to get this guy." Yeah. Like, that's how they justify putting it out there in the world. But
this
like,
is outrage.
Who wants to see that shit? And I think that's what it is. That's why we've changed over the years. Yeah. Because when you're younger, you have that morbid curiosity. You're not quite as in tune with the world, maybe, and like it's a little easier to make things are a little more entertaining, a little more. I wouldn't say funny. It's not like we were ever laughing at those gore videos or something, but I think we didn't get emotional responses from them like we do now.
You're just curious of, I mean, like maybe death is the ultimate curiosity for some people at that age. You know what I mean? You're like, this is not something your parents are going to talk about.
Yeah.
No one wants to talk about death. It's the elephant in the room that everybody dies. Everybody's going to do it. There's no escape. And it's like you said in the earlier episode, we all distract ourselves till we die.
Yeah.
We're all just distracting ourselves until the inevitable. So, I mean, some inevitables are, they could be prevented for a while, but some of them are not.
Once you've seen it, and you don't need to go back to it.
Yeah.
Because all of those things make you feel about the same. They make you feel icky.
Make you feel nauseous.
Make me feel like genuinely sad about the world. Mm-hmm. Because I like...
Oh my gosh, that Funky Town made just like absolutely destroy all hope for humanity. Yeah.
If you have any kind of empathy in your body, then... You know, to watch a man get his legs cut off like I did by the Cartel and get beat with them, you know, you just, that's not a guy you want to be able to put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in that guy's fucking head. You don't even want to know that headspace can be possible.
Yeah. And you mentioned that, I mean, like that same video I was going to talk about, it is also Cartel related.
Yeah.
So the point here, kiddos, is do not tempt the Cartel.
Yeah.
Do not tempt them. Do not offer them any type of animosity because it will be reciprocated with you being destroyed.
The most absolute destruction of your existence.
Yeah, and I'm sure you saw back in the day the same video I had. It's like one of the, probably, I can't say one of the first, but it's one of the probably more well-known cartel executions, which is the two guys that are up against the wall, and one is being decapitated with a chainsaw, and the other they take a like a machete and they're just hacking away at the other guy.
Yeah.
So yeah,
interesting how those things float around and kind of become a weird part of like underground pop culture.
Makes me want to say they done it themselves, like they put it out there themselves.
Well, I mean,
like, here you go, take this as a lesson.
I mean, that's what terrorist groups do, right? I mean,
sure,
that's like the tactics they use is like, you know,
ISIS or
exactly, send out some videos online of you cutting people's throats, and that fucking instills fear, and that's what a terrorist is.
Osama bin Laden was doing the same stuff, making videos like terrorist videos, and you know,
it's kind of like, you know, fear and respect sometimes go hand in hand, and basically those groups are just telling you like you better fucking respect us and you better be afraid of us, and not saying that. Well, I'm not even gonna sit here and fucking say that I'm not defending their actions, but I mean that's their point.
Well, I will say, shouts out to God, I'm probably gonna get the YouTube channel wrong, but the channel Disturbed Reality is where I heard about this video, and I was just like, oh my god, dude, it's worse than anything I've ever heard.
Yeah, and
you know how creative of a mind I can be with writing and stuff, and I kind of lean towards that darkness. Mm-hmm. But oh, dude, there's nothing. I don't think there's a serial killer that's capable. I mean, I'm sure there may be, but like given the tools that these people had.
Yeah. So
let me just go ahead and get into it.
Well, here I want to say also.
Do not watch it, by the way. Do not seek it out. Just please let these words be enough to deter you, and let this like. We're going to get into much happier grounds, folks. Trust us. Like, this is just something we were talking about prior to recording.
Yeah, we have some fun stuff lined up to talk about.
Oh, yeah. So I'm just trying to kill the mood. So that way, the only way to go from here is up.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay.
You can only lift your spirits from here.
Yeah.
Once we dive deep into the darkest pits of...
We may spark your morbid curiosity. Don't look into it because you probably won't leave feeling good.
No.
So just disclosure there.
I would just assume you're going to develop a form of PTSD because it's not going to leave your memory.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, even the videos I saw way back when, 15, 20 years ago, are still with me today.
Yes.
I still see them.
Like which ones do you think about? Because I'm sure
Dwyer.
Yeah.
The Dwyer, like the politician who shot himself.
Yeah.
And you know what's odd about that? I feel like I had read into it that he was telling the truth.
About what?
That he was being convicted incorrectly.
Oh, shit.
Like, that brings that video to a whole other level of sad if that's true.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, man. This was the only way he saw out of it because he was going away for like 30, 40 years.
And what? He's like a newscaster or something?
No, he was a politician.
Mm-hmm. And in that video, he just like walks into a room full of people, has like a briefcase or something.
He passes out like 2 or 3 envelopes to like some of his confidants or something. And the third envelope he keeps for himself, and inside of it is a fucking revolver. And he tells people to step back. He's like, he said, I don't want to hurt anyone. Then he puts it in his mouth and then he shoots.
Yep. And you watch the fucking blood pour out of his brain.
Like a faucet.
God damn.
That's the one thing that always stuck with me. It wasn't the shot.
Yes.
It was it was literally just the blood, the sound of it coming out of his nose and mouth.
Oh,
just going, like, it was just
fuck, why?
It was
we
just
doing this to ourselves.
It was literally.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, all right.
Sorry to get that visual with it, but I'm about to get way worse.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, let's do this shit. Get this over with.
Funky Town first apparently leaked on to the internet in like 2016. Starts by the cameras. The torment has way begun before they started recording.
Yeah.
The ceramic floor, like a kitchen tile floor or some shit, is what it's being pointed at the ground. You hear screams in the background, but they're playing music too. And the song you hear is Guns N' Roses' Sweet Child of Mine.
This sounds like a creepypasta right now. That's what I'm going to imagine it as to like
if that helps you cope with it.
Yeah.
Because it's about to get very disturbed. The camera pans up. The guy's face is completely flayed.
Oh my God.
His eyeballs have already been gouged out, and his hands have been cut off.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, he's on his knees, just like, blood curdles.
Yeah.
And they have an IV drip attached to him to keep him alive through the whole experience.
Oh my God, that's so morbid.
Yeah. And they first, after all this has begun, they slit his throat with a sickle, and then they proceed to slit it maybe 40 times.
Oh.
Yeah. He's still alive through all this. So, that's what, it's going between the screams, the gurgles, because
he's his body wants to fucking die, but they're literally keeping him alive.
Mm-hmm. And I can't imagine the shit this man is feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is surreal. I can't imagine even the hardest of serial killers being capable of shit like this. That is insanity.
What is there, what always strikes me is how do you build up to being able to do that to another person and not feel anything?
That has to be beaten into your head.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is it existing in those circles and you just see so much that you're desensitized to it? It's
Could be, man. I don't know. They also proceed to shove a box cutter in his mouth to shut him up from screaming.
Oh, God damn.
Yeah. And at some point they start, they shove a pole in his mouth to keep him pinned down to the ground because he kept fighting. And,
oh, my God.
Yeah, it is ridiculous, dude.
That's I don't know. It's
well, the song Funky Town plays after Sweet Child of Mine. That's why, there's where your title comes from.
Yeah.
Which, there's a whole, just imagine it. Yeah, that is playing to all of this carnage.
Yeah.
Blood is everywhere. This man's face is completely, there's no face there. It's flayed.
Yeah.
The eyeballs are gone. The hands are gone. And he comes up out of reflex at a point to touch his face with his hands. There's no hands there, and there's no face there. There's no eyes there. You just.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And the video cuts off. He's still alive when the video cuts off. So they finish their execution later. And I'm sure there's details I left out of there, but that's pretty much the gist of it. They keep him alive through the entire process. And it's untelling how long that was going prior to that. And it's man, why? There's another one where the fucking father and son are being executed beside of each other.
Oh.
They do the father first. It's a cartel thing. They do the father first, and like they beat him with like wood, and then they pretty much like they cut his head off or something like that. And then the son, they hold him down and they fucking pull his heart out of his chest. It's like, what the fuck are you people doing, man?
Monsters.
Yeah,
literal.
These
monsters.
people, like people that are capable of these acts of depravity.
Yeah.
Are just walking amongst free.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I mean, I can't say that for all of them. Who knows? Maybe some of these people have been caught. But
there's going to be somebody else who will do the same thing, who run in the same circles, because that's the way of life in those circles, is living by the sword and dying by the sword, I guess. And commanding absolute fucking respect and instilling fear in everybody so you can have control.
Yeah, and who wants to meet a fate like that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, that man must have experienced unimaginable torment.
Yeah.
Unimaginable. And this shit should not be readily available for people to find.
Yeah.
It's like fucking Armin Mavez, if his tapes ever leaked. The German cannibal. Me and Jeremy talked about him on a podcast many moons back.
The guy who met the dude online.
The dude came over to his house, wanted to be eaten by Armin.
Yeah.
And Armin videotaped the entire thing. And the only time it was ever seen was in court for the jurors.
Yeah.
They pretty much said everyone there had to seek counseling after what they had witnessed.
Right. So
why?
What are these shock videos doing to our psyche?
Yeah, I can imagine it's having the same type of effect. It has to.
Before the internet, but before video access like that, to that kind of content was readily available, how often did you get to go through life and probably never see anybody die if you lived in an okay place? I
mean, especially if like natural causes or just like maybe at worst like a car crash.
Yeah.
Or maybe a break-in or maybe the one-off murder that may happen. But that's a small town sickness right there of like having the luxury of those types of things. But even then, even the smaller sprawled out areas aren't even so safe.
And you're not seeing those videos on the TV.
Yeah.
I mean, not the full-fledged thing. You might hear people talking about it. You might see a news story about it with a semi-gruesome picture or something, but that's as far as it would go. Yeah. And like that Bud Dwyer video, that's stuck in your consciousness. My little cousin seen that on TikTok. He brought it up to me.
Wow.
And that's something in his psyche now, probably that's going to stick with him in that same way.
Would have to be. I mean, like if you're not devoid of any type of emotional, if you have an emotional disconnect all around, maybe like it's not going to bother you. But at some point, even if you can handle gore, that's not even the point. It's just like you're watching human death.
Yeah.
You're watching something that we all have to do. Maybe not the case of what you just saw in those manners, but you're going to face that one day. You literally watch the life leave this person. You watch their body just poof, they're gone. Now, like they were there and now they're gone. That easy. And it's just something we all have to encounter.
Yeah.
No escape.
I think the thing is that pretty much everybody fools them. I think one of the only ways to get on in life is to fool yourself into thinking that you're going to have a peaceful death. I think if you ask anybody, what they think their death is going to be like, I don't think anybody says, I'm probably going to die in a car crash. I'm probably going to get mutilated by a serial killer. Yeah. Nobody in the world thinks that's going to be their ending.
Well, everyone would want to just sit there and be like, oh, I'm probably going to die in my sleep.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to pass away in my sleep.
Yeah.
Well, that's happy thoughts, In reality, that's a happy thought to have. Like you want to go out as peaceful as you can, but there's a lot of us that ain't going to.
Yeah.
The statistics are there. Look how people go, man. A lot of people die tragically. A lot of people die way prematurely.
That's the darkness in those videos for me, is thinking that those people's last moments of peace in the universe completely taken. Like the thing that is taking them out of this world is the most gruesome thing they ever experience. And that's so fucked up to me to think like, wow, this is how it's ending. But it's not even over yet. they have an IV drip in me, and they're extending this absolute horror to the point where I shouldn't even be alive right now. But hey, guess what? I'm still kicking to have a pole shoved down my throat and treated like I'm a toy.
Yeah. And all the while having insults hurled at you and being laughed at.
Yeah.
As they were doing that as well. Like, that's a whole other layer of just like
complete human depravity.
Yeah, it's human depravity and like humiliation. Just fucking, it's like so many levels of it.
There's no way you can see that person as a person.
No,
when you're doing that.
You've completely dehumanized them long before you started doing what you were doing.
Yeah.
Or you were already taught to treat these people as disposable. As disposable fucking garbage that means nothing. It's just as simple as fucking stepping on a beetle.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's probably just as simplified as that.
It is. Yeah. But even I treat beetles with more care.
Yeah.
than these guys treat other human beings. Well,
but they couldn't write any. The Duke of the Wicked himself couldn't write something so dark.
Yeah. Violent J.
Yeah.
What a way to throw in an ICP reference.
Well, I'm sorry. We were talking monsters walking amongst us. I mean, he's not a monster, but Chris Hansen goes after monsters.
Yeah.
And I came across a video that, I mean, like, we're just going to get up on the happy train now. We're going to get off the sickness of this world.
Yep.
And Chris Hansen has found someone.
Okay.
He's coming after him. He's going after the Duke of the Wicked.
What?
I have the video for you.
Chris Hansen is going after the Duke of the Wicked, Insane Clown Posse, Violent J. Uh-oh, man. Oh, shit.
There you go.
All right.
The fever dream that is 2020, folks, the lockdown that caused everyone to go ape shit, and the things that we never thought were going to happen were happening.
Yeah.
The cross between the Insane Clown Posse and Chris Hansen was something that no one, I don't think, fucking foresaw.
Well, it's, nothing nobody foresaw, but something everybody needed, I think. I think we all needed that collab.
It's such a bizarre combo, dude. What the fuck? It's so, why?
Yeah.
I understand why.
It just goes to show, like, the type of people that ICP can pull into their universe will never fail to surprise you. Vanilla Ice, I don't know, for an example, doesn't he exist in the Juggalo universe? Yeah. Who else is a
Sabu.
Sabu. Just random, lots of wrestlers in general.
I don't know where the hell all of you are coming from, but thank you for being in this weird niche of humans. And Chris Hansen, I suppose, is added to this list at this point now.
Well, I'm interested to see what's going to happen here. I mean, I don't think he's like catching Violent J and is going to take him to jail. I don't think that's what's happening, or else I would have heard more about it. But, Chris Hansen's posted up at Violent J's house, doxing his ass right now with the straight up numbers of his house right in the video.
Say, hey, man, you trying to fucking break off a piece? Come on in.
Okay. All right. Let's see this.
Okay. I'll see if I can do it here for us. Okay. Here we are. Chris Hansen is...
For someone who calls himself Violent J, the Duke of the Wicked, this home does not look like an insane clown posse lair. It looks more like the kind of place you'd visit on the weekend for apple cider and donuts, a place where your grandmother would live.
Are you fucking talking shit?
He's throwing some shade, man. He said, fuck this house.
I've been in a lot of predator houses in my day, but this is something different. Immediately, I'm overwhelmed by the stench of both cat urine and motor oil.
What?
I can see looking around, though, that there is enough room to jam 50 or so juggalos in here for a live concert event. Fortunately, it's going to be an acoustic show because based upon this raggedy asshole carpeting,
I see what's going on here.
More Figo sprayed on it.
Chris Hansen's fucking promoting ICP's concert that they did at their house.
Hell yeah. Why not?
Violent J isn't a predator. I've been lied to, Chris Hansen.
I've been deceived. Well, if you do look in the video, you could probably see in the lower left-hand corner, you see WFW, which would be Insane Clown Posse's weekly news thing.
Yeah.
So this is a clip from that.
Okay, good promotion. Good promotion.
Speaking of stenches, jeez. Just came out of his son's room, and the pungent smell of marijuana is overwhelming as well. That's what that's all about.
I love how Violent J doesn't care to have Chris Hansen come in and roast him, basically.
Yeah.
It
might be a fucking dream for him.
Yeah.
Chamber. Jesus, what is that? Looks like somebody tried to claw their way out of here.
Well, that's not good.
Judging by his king-size bed, this is the place where a king-size man sleeps.
This is actually his house. It's very modest.
It really is.
The size of these XXXXL pink boxer shorts.
Respect
Pretty
that.
much confirmed. This is the bedroom of Violent J.
Just so everybody knows, he just slipped those in his suit.
Big John S underwear in his
This
suit,
is the room
suit
where
jacket.
A very violent man named Violent J violently downloads hard drive, relieving himself. And what does he read when he conducts himself in this manner? Apparently, MJ, the genius of Michael Jackson. Now, would you want to read this when you were indisposed?
Chris Hansen, Michael Jackson, and Violent J walk into a bar. So that sounds like a fucking all of a setup for a joke.
Pretty funny that Violent J really is a Michael Jackson fan.
Yeah.
That's the perfect find for Chris Hansen. He also found some almond milk that he's giving it. He's drinking Violent J's almond milk.
Don't do that, Chris. Fuck.
Judging by the size of Violent J, you'd think he'd be a guy who'd have more than one refrigerator.
Jesus.
Maybe a massive walk-in refrigerator, but
Judging by
He just outright called him a fat fuck, dude.
Judging by how much of a fat fuck Violent J is, I wouldn't imagine he'd have almond milk in his refrigerator.
What a fucking fat piece of shit, huh? What a fat little man, that Violent J, that Duke of the hamburger.
Beautiful though. I'm glad to see that. I feel like ICP and Chris Hansen together can change the world. So I'm happy about that.
It's just so bizarre, man, to like of all the combinations of people that would come together. The pandemic brought about a lot of strange creative endeavors.
That's true. That's really true because people had to get creative.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of the typical routes of getting your shit out there.
I don't have shit to do.
Yeah. And
a lot of idle time for a lot of people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lockdown for quite a bit of folk.
ICP, unsurprisingly, adapted pretty well. I think they've pretty much adapted to everything over the years.
They very much seem to. There's a reason they stuck around so long.
Mm-hmm. And then I think during COVID times and this, Chris Hansen thing, promoting him doing that house show live stream.
Apparently that was uploaded October of last year.
Yeah. Yeah. Around that time, I think building up to October, they started doing I don't know if it was Patreon, but you pay so much a month and you get certain...
Get rewards for your subscription.
Yeah.
Based on the tier that you're paying for.
Like live performances at their house and all that other random...
Which that's a great thing to have, man. I mean, if people can't come see you, that they're doing everything that they can to... If people want to see what the fuck they're up to and doing something new, doing something different, I mean, you can just be one of those guys that tuned in for it, man. Be like, yeah, man. I was one of those weird people that tuned into their live stream. Sometimes I get emails from WWE. I got one last week. That was the first one I gotten in a few weeks, but I got an invitation to sit to be one of the it's kind of like the NBA, you know, how they have all the monitors in the crowd, and it's just a bunch of fans. Well, they'll send emails out sometimes asking if you would like to reserve a spot, and they give you the time, and they give you whenever it'll be that you'll be broadcasted on this, whether it's Raw or SmackDown, whatever it is that's live.
Yeah.
So occasionally I'll get invites to sit through Raw or SmackDown. I was like, no,
dude, you should totally do that. That would be cool.
They sent it for me to do it for Raw after Hell in a Cell, which it would be this coming Monday. It'll be this It'll be the past Monday by the time you hear this.
So what? I guess how did you get the invite? Just by like
just comes from WWE.com.
Okay, so you just signed up for emails for them or something.
Well, that's where I've been like a network subscriber for years, and I've been on there forever.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though.
But
I mean, another example of having to adapt.
Yeah, but I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to.
Why not?
I just don't want to watch Raw. Honestly.
Yeah.
I don't even give a fuck if you're putting me on my TV. I'm just like, eh. I mean, like, I thought about it. I may do it some other time, but I just really...
For something you want to watch.
Yeah, plus that, and I work a night shift schedules, and that clashes right. I would have to leave, so it wouldn't do me any good.
Yeah.
So it'd be like a waste, and I probably wouldn't get another opportunity to do something like that for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty cool, though. I have another video here that's kind of in the vein of journalism. Don't know if you know who Jeffrey Toobin is. I certainly didn't.
That I do not.
Yeah, me either. But apparently he did something bad enough to owe a public apology to CNN and the world. He's a bad man, and he is publicly shamed live on television.
This gentleman on the right.
Yeah. Well, his actions are a little questionable. I mean, you can give me your opinion on what you think after, but really the best part about this is how fucking awkward it is, and the fact that it's a total public humiliation on this guy.
Okay, so is this after he's already made his statements or whatever that embarrassed the world?
Yes, and then he left CNN for a while, and now he's back, and it says he's returning to CNN to address his absence.
This is like the heartbreak kid coming back from retirement for 4 years with back problems, and he came back greater than ever. Does this guy have the same type of thing in him?
Well, he's back, so...
Well, he's back. That's all you tell me besides he's awkward.
Yep, here you go.
Okay.
I feel like we should address what's happened in the months since we've seen you, since some of our viewers may not know what has happened. Start. So I guess I'll recap.
I love news that starts with like drama between hosts.
Okay. Yeah. In October, you were on a Zoom call with your colleagues from the New Yorker magazine.
You talk some
Everyone
shit.
took a break for several minutes, during which time you were caught masturbating.
Oh my! What?
You were subsequently fired from that job after 27 years of working there.
Wait.
And you since then have been on leave.
Yes, she's gonna want to talk about that with him
on a live news broadcast. This is CNN. This literally is CNN.
Yeah, this ain't the Onion. This is really CNN.
It feels like the Onion.
It really does. 100%.
Like you were caught masturbating. Why are we talking about it? Were his statements not enough?
Yeah. Was his absence like? Do we have to address his absence? Can he not just be back?
It's like, yeah, man. It's like,
can we address this in secret? Like,
he's been
behind the scenes.
He's been fired. Look, he's been roasted on social media for fucking weeks and months. This man has had enough. I'd say probably he might be safe to come back. We don't have to beat a dead horse anymore.
I mean, this just opens the wound and makes people
opens a zipper.
People who didn't know about this story now know, like me, because of this moment.
And now me, who had no idea who this guy was, now I just know him as the guy who was masturbating on a Zoom call.
Yeah, so thanks, CNN. Really good job, good coverage.
It's like a politician, Harvey Weiner. I never knew who he was. I never heard his name until I heard that he had sent somebody his penis. And I'm like, well, how appropriate that a man named Harvey Weiner would send cock pics out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's just perfect. Like, that sticks in your mind.
That's like you being surprised by someone named Trixie not being a stripper or something when they get older.
Yeah.
It's like some names that you are just embedding in people's DNA to do something for a living.
Yeah. Or Trixie 360.
Well, that's quite the spin on it.
That's a
360 spin.
That's a throwback to some Xbox lady. I can't remember. She was somebody for Xbox. We're gonna cover some gaming stuff later, by the way. So
let's just hope we don't get covered in cum by this Zoom masturbator maniac.
Yeah, let's see if he's back and not gonna become maniac.
From CNN. Do I have all that right?
You got it all right. Sad to say.
Yep, that was me. I was tugging away.
Sad to say.
My Cialis kicked in.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, obviously, I wasn't thinking very well or very much, and it was something that was inexplicable to me.
Really?
I think one point, I wouldn't exactly say in my defense, because nothing is really in my defense. I didn't think I was on the call. I didn't think other people could see me.
Yeah.
You thought that you had turned off your camera?
Correct.
So I could just beat off for fun.
The Zoom call. Now, that's not a defense. This was deeply moronic and indefensible, but I mean that is part of that is part of the story.
Well,
and you know, I have spent
it indeed is, sir.
Miserable months in my life.
It seems rather shallow. His apology. I know I wouldn't apologize for something like that unless I was made to.
Yeah.
Who am I hurting if I'm just beating? I mean, if I was on a Zoom call, I'd be like, you roast me for a while, man. Fuck, don't bring me on national television. I already fucked myself in a Zoom call. Literally fucked myself with my hand.
Yeah.
What did he do? Just go in a fucking storage closet in a meeting or something? Like knock over a mop and broom, was tugging away in the Zoom call, and they heard the mops hit the ground or some shit. So they came rustling back to their screens and saw him just like jacking off.
Yeah. He said the meeting was over or something, right? So, I mean...
He was stressed out. He needed a tug.
Yeah. I mean, people do it, man. People do it. People go into the bathroom at work and they give it a tug.
How many people are sitting at home and they fuck in front of their bedroom window, even with the curtain closed or not? Somebody might see something. Or if you might be like naked in your house. Not giving people excuse, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like
what, you know.
We're vulnerable, man. Like, we are very vulnerable.
Anybody. It could happen to anybody.
Yeah, literally at any time. If you're naked.
Yeah.
Or if you're tugging away, or if you're fucking.
Pretty much any time you beat off, you're doing it in front of a camera.
Anytime you're being as close to your primal nature.
Because you're beating off in front of your computer to porn, there's a camera on it. You're beating off on your phone to porn, there's a camera on it.
The classic paranoia of people covering the webcams on their laptop so they can masturbate peacefully.
Well, in this guy's case, that actually would have been a good investment.
Yeah, he should have done there. At least, I don't know, took a sock off and put it over his phone.
Though it is questionable.
But then why would you put your phone in a sock if you thought your call was over? Just put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
Put the phone in your pocket, dude. It's fine. Or was it a computer? Did they specify?
I think it was a compuder, they said.
Well, if it's a computer, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Just like take your tie off and throw it over the webcam.
God,
who cares if they hear you? They don't know what the hell it is.
You know, it is. I guess the only questionable thing to me would be, like,
you're a whole bunch of.
You would make the people who were in that meeting a little uncomfortable if they knew that, because in my mind, if sir. Stop masturbating so I can talk, please.
Oh, shit. Sorry. I thought the call was over, man.
No,
fuck.
It wasn't. You're fucked. We're going to roast you on live television.
My job is ruined. I'm going to be canceled. Canceled forever.
But if I were one of the people who was in the meeting, I would have questioned, like, okay, what if somebody in the meeting, like, sparked him wanting to masturbate? Was he masturbating in the meeting? Maybe just didn't see it. Like,
maybe he was masturbating at an idea that someone had in the meeting. Like, it was a great business decision, and like it eroticized him so fucking rock hard that he had no choice but to beat it.
Yeah,
as quick as he could.
Fuck it. No. He was having sexual thoughts, but he wanted to get to work right away. So he's like, I'm just gonna pull one out real quick. And
the adrenaline boner going,
and that way I can get it over with. I can stop thinking about sexy time and I can focus on work. He was just trying to be a good employee for CNN.
Yeah, well, shit, dude. It's one of the few times he didn't have to take fucking Viagra to get it up. He had a fucking I'm late for work boner because I'm in a hurry and I'm dodging through traffic and darting, and I had some sexual thoughts just dance through my head, and now I got to deal with everybody at work in this meeting. And fuck, they have some good ideas sometimes, some really good fucking ideas.
And you know what? That's another good point. You're right. This is an older man. He probably, when he gets a boner, he has to take advantage of it because they probably don't come along too often.
He's taking what he can get.
That's right.
He needs this.
Give this man this, if anything. I mean, we'll watch a few more minutes. Just let him play out. Let him get his apology out, and
hashtag give Toobin a tug.
Give Toobin a tug. That's right. Hashtag give Toobin a tug.
Let this man beat it. Fuck.
if I can certainly confess, trying to be a better person. I mean, in therapy.
Yeah, you're a
trying to do
fucking
some
terrible
public
human.
service, working in a food bank, which I certainly am going to continue to do.
Oh my God.
Feel guilty for everything you've ever fucking done, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking repent for your sins. This is a live broadcasted crucifixion without the nails and the fucking cross, dude. You're doomed. Your name is tarnished. You're fucked. You're not even a sex offender. You're not even registered on something like that. You're not even to that level of degenerate.
Hey man, you were masturbating in front of a camera? You must be fucked in the head, dude.
Do you fuck kids too, huh?
You were beating your meat and you just so happened to get caught, dude. You're fucking... Go to a food bank or your life is over, dude.
Oh, you work
Show
at
us you care.
You work at a food bank, huh? You're good to the fucking homeless? Who cares? You beat off once,
You probably
dude.
beat off into their chili, you fucking disgusting piece of shit.
You did the same exact goddamn thing that almost everyone on the planet does in the privacy of their own home, and some for exploitive nature of their own bodies.
And just so happened to get caught, and you know what? Because you did, you're dead. You're crucified. You're destroyed, man. Your reputation is shit. You're now the dick beaten CNN disgusting human piece of garbage that you are, and quite frankly, I think we deserve an apology, sir.
And you've been fucking crucified with the digitized nails of the internet.
Yes.
All through your hands, your feet, your fucking cock.
Yeah.
You repent, you repugnant.
Repent.
You repugnant bastard.
Working on a new book about the Oklahoma City bombing.
Oh,
I
my
am
God.
trying to become the kind of person
I respect
that
the man.
people can trust again.
Promotes his book.
I'm sure
I'm trying to be
that
someone that
moment
you can
over
just
and
trust to
over
give back to the
many
community. I'm
times.
sorry I
Have you
masturbated
ever
once.
thought about what it must have been like to be on the receiving end of that Zoom call?
Well,
I was just
thought
trying to
about it.
come.
I've spoken to several of my former colleagues at the New Yorker about it, and they
Maybe the New Yorker turns him
were
on.
shocked
Maybe.
and appalled.
Maybe he had
think
thoughts of you,
they
host.
realized that this was not
Maybe
intended
it's
for
a
them. I think
more
they
perverse than we
realized that
know.
This was
Maybe.
But even then, whatever he was thinking about, he didn't verbalize it, so it's none of our business.
I certainly did, and it was that day that I began apologizing, and that is something that I have tried to continue to do, both publicly and privately.
Rake
we've
this
covered a lot
man
of
across the
political
fucking
scandals,
coals
and
forever.
we've heard what I
Bring
like to
his
think of as the
charred and beaten.
Bring me his head.
Bring me his charred
Bring me his cock.
and fucking battered corpse. Bring it across the hot coals of never forgiveness.
Give him to the cartel.
Drag him.
Let them do to him what they did to that man and all the other men who they've tortured.
Let him drown in the fucking hell fires that lie in the lakes of hell. Let him be submerged in their flames. Let him repent, God damn it. Let him repent for all of his fucking mishaps, all of his mistakes. He beat off once on a Zoom call. This man is the same level as Hitler. He is of the same category as Mussolini.
That's
This
right.
man is a monster, like fucking Pee Wee Herman.
Yes.
These men
Yes.
need to be stopped.
Monsters. Absolute fucking monsters.
The worst goddamn criminals. They're right up there with weed smokers and fucking jaywalkers.
That's right. And rest in peace, my man. Rest in peace.
Rest in motherfucking peace. And I don't like the idea that my phone is just closed over there.
Oh, shit.
I'm not sure what that would mean.
How do I fix that?
Well, that's not something that we can worry about right now.
Okay.
We'll just have to hope that whatever has happened has happened.
Okay. That's okay. Well, R.I.P. Jeffrey Toobin.
This happened to you once.
What?
I do believe if my phone just said kaput.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. The phones, just don't cooperate.
If it's even been recording at some time, I'm pretty certain it has.
Well, shit. You want to cover some games before we get out of here? We've been going about 45 minutes already.
Yeah, we can. We can dive into some E3 coverage. Not even really E3 coverage. Just what tiny shit we've seen.
Well, we don't talk about games enough on this podcast.
I agree. I would love to do some reviews and stuff sometime down the line, or just some. I don't know, just so we all play as a game and we go back through it or something.
Yeah, I mean, we all play video games. Video games have been a major part of our lives. So I mean,
we're all practically very religious game players, always have been. Maybe not have the time for it like we once did.
Yeah.
But my love has never waned for them. I just have a lower tolerance and get bored sometimes. A little bit easier now.
Yeah, it's Goopy Goblin Gamer brain, as Nakey Jakey on YouTube describes it. Like
maybe some ADHD brain.
Yeah.
But there's a cure for that, my man.
What is it?
WarioWare is finally coming out for the fucking Switch this year.
Fuck yeah, dude.
A brand new WarioWare title. Yep.
Oh my god. Okay, so I thought I seen WarioWare on there. I wish I wouldn't have seen it, but
it's called WarioWare. Get it together.
I'm so pumped about that, man. I fucking love WarioWare. I think it's literally one of the most fun party games of all time, like if not the most fun.
I got a Wario tattoo, man, just specifically because of all the great times that we had with.
And all WarioWare games have been good too.
I think so. Smooth Moves, like for the Wii, it's incredible.
Great.
For the DS, those WarioWare titles that had came out, I'm blanking on their names.
There's one on GameCube as well. The one on DS was called WarioWare Touched or something, or
Touched. I have been touched by Wario.
Like that man's dick.
Yeah.
From the
I touched you. Yeah.
Let's watch the trailer for it, dude. I'm pumped about that.
Yeah, man. We'll look right at it.
Here's a new game from the head of a certain company.
Well, how nice. Apparently, you individually, you can pick any character to play as in the mini games, and it affects how every mini game plays. So that's a thing.
A brand new game from my company.
So every mini game can play different just based on who you pick.
Oh.
Time to do this. Look at me go.
Like, man, I have missed WarioWare so much.
For sure.
It's one of the only remaining franchises I was waiting.
I love all these characters too.
Yeah. They're great, man. Like, it's just a fun fucking game. That's all I can really say.
Yeah.
It's fast paced, ADHD driven.
For sure, ADHD
party game. It's even fun if you're just by yourself, man.
Yeah.
It has that rare capability to be a game that's like, you know, like a Mario Party type of mini game based game.
Yeah.
That's also something that's coming out for the Switch too, is a new Mario Party.
Yes, you, the one watching this, better get ready for some micro game mayhem.
Yeah, boy. September the 10th.
Hell yeah, man.
So, 3 months away.
Not far away. Fuck yeah, dude. I loves me some WarioWare.
I do too, man. Like I said, I got that Wario tattoo, and in reference to all those times we used to have, because we used to have Halloween parties at your house every year, a bunch of us.
Yeah,
and like tradition, like clockwork, every Halloween.
And we'd have enough people to almost completely fill up those like 12-player games of Mario Party.
Yeah, you have 12, 16 people cramped in a bedroom. Post-COVID, that sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
But you have all these people crammed in there passing this one Wiimote.
Frantically passing the Wiimote.
Just trying to not get eliminated.
Yeah.
And the game, the more rounds you complete, the faster the pace would pick up. So it's like, okay, so this controller is going to have to fly around the fucking room really fast.
Yeah.
And speaking of fly, goddamn you fly. Fuck you. You keep landing on my head.
I've seen that.
I'm gonna leave soon. I ain't Mike Pence, goddamn it. You can get off me. Boyo.
But that's one of the good things about WarioWare is like there's such a vast amount of mini games that like everybody is kind of on equal grounds, like new players and like people who have played it before. It's kind of on a leveled playing field. Of course, if you play it for a while, you know the mini games better than they would, but there's such a wide variety that you don't get a lot of practice on all of them.
Yeah, and there's so many variants of the controller that you would have to use. Like, unless you had religiously played it, you're not going to memorize all of them right away.
And that's something that Nintendo does well in general is party games. And I think one of the reasons they do party games so well is because they create games that people can easily be on equal grounds on. Like Mario Kart, yeah, of course, there are levels to Mario Kart, but
the game is very balanced.
Yeah.
Like, the game balances itself out. Even if you're in dead last in Mario Kart,
you get better pickups.
Yeah, you will get better pickups than the rest of everybody else that's on the field.
Yeah.
And you could easily launch from 12th to 4th in a matter of 5 seconds, even if you were like 15 seconds behind on the racetrack.
You know, I've always wondered if there would be a legitimate strategy to like hanging back until like the end rounds and then trying to make your way to first just based off of
just like getting bullets over and over and lightning strikes and yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
you could just hang out until the third lap and just wreak havoc.
Hang on to them. Like, can you imagine if you got a star and then you went to first place and then you used the star?
Yeah.
You'd be unstoppable.
You're a beast.
Yeah.
But you're a motherfucking beast. And I don't know how the new Mario Party, by the way, not to distract you or just
that's fine.
Interrupt, but the new Mario Party that's apparently coming out as well this year, it's taking pretty much the Nintendo 64 maps.
Ooh.
And that's what it's using.
Yeah.
As far as I know. And it's taking the best mini games apparently from like the first few games and some new ones.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, like Mario Party 1, 2, 3, 4, those types of Mario Parties, the best mini games from those are coming back.
Right.
And some of those maps, which I think I have the last Mario Party that came out, and I have way more hope for this one. And I'm hoping they fix the multiplayer. Dear God, fix the multiplayer.
Oh, the multiplayer's bad?
Oh, you can't. You have to. I mean, that's one of those you have to. Everybody has to be in the same room, and everybody has to be on the game.
Yeah. Okay. Is this what we were gonna look at some Nintendo like announcements from E3, right? What you wanted to go to?
Some things. I mean, like we can look at Mario Party Superstars. That was what I was talking about.
Oh shit, dude! Kazuya from Tekken got added into Super Smash.
Yeah, that was another reveal at their
That's great news for me. Obviously, you know I'm a huge Tekken fan.
New Metroid Prime game, if you're into those types of games, called Metroid Dread.
I've never really played the Metroid games, so I can't really speak much on that.
Well, for me, I'm not. I can play the old Metroid, the original Metroid Prime for NES. That I mean, like words are not easy for me. But I think this newer one, Dread, is a lot like it's a side scroller in that vein of the oldish ones. And it looked like actually I may pick it up, and I'm not even big on Metroid games at all. Nor am I big on sci-fi games. That's why I never got into Mass Effect or any of that type of stuff. Halo is like the threshold that I meet, which that was also announced. We talked about that.
Yeah.
I believe. Not on here, but we had talked about that on Xbox Live when we found out the new Halo.
Halo looks fucking awesome. Actually looking to be a pretty good year for gaming. Like one of the best in recent memory, I would say.
I actually feel like I'm going to spend quite a bit of money this year.
Yeah, that's
and I generally don't.
So yeah, Nintendo sounding great. Lots of great announcements. Also Xbox, lots of great announcements. One being Back for Blood. Well, let's see. We talked about Halo. There was another game you showed me. You and Jer.
It was some type of brawler.
Yeah.
Yeah. The name is escaping
looks
me.
Looks like a Mario Party type thing.
Something animals.
Yeah.
It reminded me
animals.
Of Party Animals. It reminded me of like Raving Rabbids.
Yes.
Or something. That's what it put me in mind of. But it looked incredibly fun, and I cannot wait to get it. It comes out next year.
Yeah. So there's those two good announcements from Xbox. Another one that I think is great, Back for Blood. It's coming out in October of this year. Of course, can you get a hint of what it's like?
Back for Blood. Actually, you know what? I think I do know what this is.
Yes.
Is this like a Left 4 Dead type of game? Yes.
And actually, it's made by
Valve.
It's not made by Valve, but it's people who basically left Valve who made the first Left 4 Dead.
Okay.
Who are making this game.
Gotcha.
And you can tell it's straight up Left 4 Dead, just with a different title.
Okay. We can go out on this.
Yeah, it looks awesome, man. Here's the trailer.
Blood. Oh yeah, I am definitely it had slipped my mind. I wonder if it comes out. Does it come out this year?
October of this year. So see? I'm pumped about that.
So, I mean, like, just you telling me that it's a Left 4 Dead type of game is already, like, I already know I'm going to buy it.
Yeah, we have to.
And we're going to destroy it when it comes out.
Yeah.
One of the few pre-orders I will probably do. Warner Brothers, huh? That's interesting. Well, not who I would have imagined to be behind.
That's true. I didn't notice that before. From the creators of Left 4 Dead.
5 is not enough. We've got to fight.
Well, that's strange. Yeah, it does look a lot like Left 4 Dead.
Oh, yeah.
It almost looked like Halo the way he was jumping down, though. That was strange. I forget it's first person.
And there's like aiming down the sights now.
This is...
And the special infected look fucking insane.
It's a version of a tank, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, some Goro looking motherfuckers.
4-armed beast.
Well, that looks, the body count, Jesus. It looks like it'd be quite fun.
Still helping people up.
I still wish you could create your characters, man. I still wish you could do something like that.
Well, there are more characters on this. There's 8 characters to choose from.
Oh, well, that's great then. I mean, you really need more than 4 for a game like Left 4 Dead or anything like that. Give you some variety.
They have different abilities too.
Because everybody likes it. Well, that also helps.
Yeah.
Everybody likes the same 1 or 2 characters generally.
Helps keep the game fresh too, because you get to play with different characters and test out. Like some are more accurate with their shots, and others are more like based on healing their teammates. And
definitely going to have to play. We're gonna have to get some of the braincake boys upon this and get them to either pre-order or go ahead and snag it as soon as it comes out.
For sure.
So it's also got the versus mode like the previous games too, which I always thought that was an underrated thing to play.
Yeah, and I think
the multiplayer is deceptively good in Left 4 Dead.
It is, and I think maybe we didn't play it as much because
October 12th. Nice.
We were late to the party. Holy shit! Open beta begins August 5th.
Well, then we will have to get on that then.
Holy shit!
I forget that the original Left 4 Dead had a beta.
Yeah,
we played it.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
Wow, I don't remember that.
I do, man. That's fucking weird.
But I didn't realize until this game came back how much the love there really was for the Left 4 Dead series.
Yeah,
like people really love Left 4 Dead, man.
I mean, shit. Hambone just bought a copy of Left 4 Dead but maybe a month or 2 ago.
Yeah, that's how good it is. Like, really, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 still hold up.
I can still find it at Walmart, goddammit, so that it's still a hot seller.
Yeah.
Which is true.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to my camera, which I am sure has not recorded anything this entire time.
Shit.
I'm looking at my camera addressing the audience in Kiwis.
So, guys, it's just me.
Sorry.
You've been just seeing me. How's it going? I mean, my face is like, tell me how it looks, That's if it didn't work. If it did, I'm going to feel like a complete jackass. But God, man, I got a brand new haircut and I got my beard done. I tried to look good for you fucks, and nothing has come of it outside of agony and a lot of heat in Kiwi's kingdom. It is pretty hot out here today in the kingdom. And we're going to go outside and get even hotter, baby. That's right. It's fucking summertime, boy. I want to make some marshmallows. And I'm going to heat up some wieners. Oh, boy, s'mores, baby. Yeah. Yep. Good summer shit. Well, everybody, hope you've enjoyed this roller coaster of an episode today. We've went from the most morbid to Chris Hansen and a guy who got caught masturbating and some good video game distractions. Video games. Yeah. So we can wash away the sorrows without drinking to forget about the morbid reality that exists on this planet. Yeah. We ended on the best news. So thanks for watching, everybody. We love you and have a wonderful summer. Still no social media presence.